10 shocking facts about the Olympics. Did you know the very first modern Olympics had no gold medals at all? Or that one Olympic champion once won both in art and athletics? Crazy, right? The Olympics isn't just about records and medals. It's a history full of wild surprises, controversies, and groundbreaking moments. So, buckle up, because today, we're diving into 10 shocking facts about the Olympics, including the first women to win medals, brand new sports you didn't know were added, and even scandals that changed history. Stick around till the end for a bonus fact that might just blow your mind. Fact 1. The first modern Olympics didn't give out gold medals. 1896. When you think Olympics, you instantly picture gold, silver, and bronze medals. But here's the shocker. At the very first modern games in Athens in 1896, winners actually got a silver medal and an olive branch, while runners-up received bronze. That's right, no gold at all. Gold only made its debut 4 years later, in 1904 at the St. Louis Olympics. Imagine training your whole life, winning the highest honor, and walking away with silver. Still, athletes considered it the ultimate prize at the time, since the Olympics themselves were such a monumental revival. Fact 2. Women weren't allowed at first, but made history in 1900. Here's something shocking. The first Olympics in 1896 completely banned women. The founder, Pierre de Coubertin, literally said he thought women competing would be impractical, uninteresting, and indecent. But in Paris, 1900, things changed. For the first time, women were allowed to compete, and 22 of them showed up. The very first female Olympic champion was Charlotte Cooper from Great Britain, who won the women's singles tennis event. That moment opened the door for millions of women athletes we cheer for today. Fast forward to now. The Tokyo 2020 Olympics were the most gender-balanced games in history, with nearly 49% women competitors. Talk about progress. Fact 3. The longest Olympic marathon ever took over 3 hours. The Olympic marathon has always been a test of endurance, but the 1904 St. Louis Marathon was something out of a nightmare. First off, the race was held in brutal heat. The course had almost no water stations. Some runners collapsed. Others hitched rides in cars for part of the way. The eventual winner, Thomas Hicks, actually used a mix of brandy and strychnine, yes, poison, as a stimulant to keep going. He staggered across the finish line in 3 hours and 28 minutes, nearly collapsing. Amazingly, he survived, and his win is now remembered as one of the wildest moments in Olympic history. Fact 4. The Olympics once had art competitions. Believe it or not, the Olympics wasn't just about sport, it also celebrated art. Between 1912 and 1948, medals were awarded for painting, sculpture, architecture, literature, and music. The catch? Every piece had to be inspired by sports. Fun fact. One man, Walter Winans, won an Olympic shooting medal and an Olympic art medal for his sculpture. Imagine being able to call yourself a double Olympic champion, in art and athletics. Sadly, the art competitions were eventually dropped because too many participants were considered professionals, which clashed with the amateur spirit of the games at the time. Fact 5. The first swimming events were held in the open sea. Today's Olympic swimming pools are state-of-the-art, with perfect lane markers and temperature control. But back in 1896, the swimming events were held in the open waters of the Mediterranean Sea. Athletes dove into freezing cold water with choppy waves. One race was even watched from fishing boats floating alongside the swimmers. Conditions were so rough that some competitors almost drowned. Compare that to today's high-tech pools, and it shows just how far the games have come. Fact 6. The youngest Olympian ever was just 10 years old. Here's a jaw-dropper. The youngest confirmed Olympian was Dimitrios Loundras, a Greek gymnast who competed in the 1896 Athens Olympics at just 10 years old. He helped his team win a bronze medal in parallel bars. On the flip side, the oldest known Olympian was Oskar Swan from Sweden, who competed in shooting at age 72 in the 1920 Antwerp Olympics. That means the age range of Olympic athletes can span over 60 years. Proof that greatness has no age limit. Fact 7. Strange sports have come and gone. The Olympics has seen its fair share of unusual sports over the years. Ever heard of tug-of-war as an Olympic event? Yep, it was part of the Games until 1920. Other discontinued events include live pigeon shooting, yes, real pigeons, croquet, and even solo synchronized swimming. And new sports keep joining. For example, Tokyo 2020 introduced skateboarding, surfing, sport climbing, and karate. Meanwhile, Paris 2024 will debut breakdancing as an Olympic sport. The Games are constantly evolving, reflecting the times. Fact 8. The US has dominated the medal count. If the Olympics had an overall superpower, it would definitely be the United States. Since the modern games began in 1896, Team USA has won over 2,800 medals, far more than any other country. Some legends like Michael Phelps, with 28 Olympic medals, helped boost that tally. What's even crazier? In some Olympics, the US has won more medals than entire continents combined. Of course, other countries like China, Russia, and Great Britain are constantly catching up, which keeps the games competitive. Fact 9. The Olympics haven't always been peaceful. We often think of the Olympics as a symbol of global unity, but history tells a different story. Several games have been cancelled due to World War I and II. The 1972 Munich Olympics was tragically marked by a terrorist attack that claimed 11 Israeli athletes' lives. There have also been boycotts, like the US skipping the 1980 Moscow Games and the Soviet Union retaliating by missing the 1984 Los Angeles Games. These moments remind us that the Olympics, while about sports, are also deeply tied to world politics. Fact 10. The Olympic flame travels the world before lighting the cauldron. The Olympic flame is one of the most iconic symbols. But here's what's fascinating. The flame is always lit in Olympia, Greece, using a parabolic mirror and the rays of the sun. From there, it begins an epic relay across different countries before reaching the host city. The torch has traveled by plane, ship, camel, horse, robot, satellite, and even underwater. In 2000, it was carried through the Great Barrier Reef. In 2014, it even reached the International Space Station. The flame's journey is almost as epic as the games themselves. Bonus fact: the Olympics almost had motorboating. Yes, you heard that right. In the 1908 London Olympics, motorboating was briefly included as an Olympic event. Competitors raced gasoline-powered boats around a course. It didn't last long, mostly because bad weather canceled races and, well, it wasn't exactly a thrilling spectator sport. But it proves just how experimental the games once were. So there you have it. 10 shocking facts about the Olympics plus one weird bonus. From silver medals instead of gold, to women breaking barriers, to the torch traveling to space, the games are way more surprising than you might think. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss more mind-blowing facts. And if you're curious about the strangest sports ever played at the Olympics, check out the video linked right here. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep chasing gold in your own life.